Thank you, Deputy Speaker. My wife is not a great fan of the national curriculum. It's not that she doesn't appreciate that we've got to have some sort of framework. She believes that as a prep teacher that's overcrowded, and she finds it difficult to teach geography to a child that is still needing to be taken to the toilet. Clayton Carnes is the principal at Hermit Park State School. He argues with my wife on this thing here. He says the national curriculum is the what you teach. It's the how you teach it, which is important. That is where the teacher expresses their skill, their art. So much like a drummer in a band, their job is to keep time. But what the roll across the top and the cymbals and everything, that is their art. That is what a great teacher does. Hermit Park State School, where Clayton Carnes is the principal, is one of this government's independent public schools. We have 3 in Townsville: Hermit Park State School, Kerwin State High School and Pimlico State High School. I would also like to use this opportunity, Deputy Speaker, to say get well very soon to the principal of John Livingstone, a truly great educator in this country. He has been principal of that school for about 27 years, well and truly over 25 years. He's quite ill at the moment, but he's getting better, and you can't keep a good man down. So I wish him very well. Recently I had the Assistant Minister for Education, Simon Birmingham, Senator Simon Birmingham from South Australia in Townsville. And one of the things, whilst his portfolio concentrates pretty much on vocational education training, I couldn't resist the opportunity of taking him to Hermit Park State School to see what Clayton does with his teachers about raising the levels of all his children, about making sure that their individual needs are taken care of, and the role that the independent public school plays in that. Now, Clayton is a great educator, and he's on the board of Microsoft. He travels the world. He loves our system because what it gives him is the autonomy to do what he wants to do. And if you watch his mapping as he goes through NAPLAN and see how his school has improved year on year on year, because they're able to properly target and properly use their resources. They have a school board which understands the need for decisions to be made close to the school and for the benefit of the school. Things like the allocation of resources, Deputy Speaker, where he would say that the state system may say that he has 16 hours of aid time to go across this number of classes. One student in that class, in one class, may need more time. So with agreement amongst the teachers, an agreement amongst the school board, an agreement amongst the school parents for the benefit of the school, they're able to allocate those 8 hours to that one particular student to get the better outcome for the student, to raise everybody. A lot of schools, or some schools in this country, public schools are starting to exclude kids to raise their NAPLAN scores and that sort of thing. That is so very wrong. What we must do is what Hermit Park State School, Kerwin State High School and Pimlico State High School are doing, is raising the level of all their children in their care. One of the other things that when I was an auctioneer working for the Pickles organisation, what we found was whilst Pickles organisation, my head office in Belmore, would set the framework around which we worked, they left it up to the individual manager of the place to make sure that their operation ran well, because I knew what my people were capable of, I knew the talents and the skills of what my people had, and I knew how to best allocate them. What the independent public school model does is it gives the principal the impetus and the ownership of that school. Now, there's talk about the state government making the new Queensland state government, and congratulations to them on their win, but there's talk about them pulling the funding for independent public school model. Can I just urge the new Queensland government, the new Minister for Education, to sit down and talk to the educators, to talk to the parents in those schools about the benefits of the independent public school model, about the way that they're raising the standards of their children, that they're giving their kids the best opportunity to get great results. That's what we must do as an organisation. That's what we must do as people who believe in education, is empower the decision makers at that local level to have those things there, to have the power to make those decisions. Simon Birmingham, Senator Birmingham, was just so impressed with what we saw at that school, and that kids love going to school. One of my neighbours' kids goes to that school. My kids didn't go to that school. It's a great organisation. It's a great thing to do for your children. I thank the House.
Order, it being 8 p.m, the debate is